In the 1880s, a German lawyer wrote one of the first known queer vampire stories, over a decade before Bram Stoker's Dracula. He called it Manor. This September, it's becoming a feature film. Its author was Karl Heinrich Ulrichs, and he wasn't just a writer. In 1867, he stood in front of a room of German legal scholars in Munich and publicly argued for the right to love other men. No one had done that before. Not like that, not in public, not on the record. Decades before the word homosexual even existed, Ulrichs had already invented his own vocabulary to describe who he was. Writing wasn't a footnote to his activism, it was part of it. And one of the strangest, most tender things he ever wrote was a rugged vampiric romance. Manor follows a young sailor who drowns at sea. But he doesn't stay gone. Each night, he returns to the man he loved quietly and gently, not as a monster to fear, but as someone still devoted, still present, still in love. The village doesn't see it that way. They see a threat. And when they act on that fear, the story doesn't end where you'd expect. It's a small story. It was never widely read. But it's one of the earliest pieces of fiction where a queer love story doesn't have to end in shame, even when it ends in death. That story is now becoming a film, No Rest for the Wicked, the debut feature from Danish director Kasper Kalle. It moves the setting to 1862, to the Faroe Islands, and follows a young fisherman named Baldur, whose life changes when a whaler named Helga arrives in his isolated community. What starts as an undeniable pull between them turns into something the village can't explain, and won't accept, once tragedy strikes. The film stars Egor Venned as Baldur and Pilou Asbæk as Helga, with Sofia Mikkelsen as Baldur's mother, caught in the middle of it all. It's shot in Danish and Faroese on location, with all the isolation and weather of the real islands built into every frame. The film premiered at the Fantasia International Film Festival, where Kasper Kalle won Best Director. Early reviews have compared it to Brokeback Mountain, to All of Us Strangers, to the folk horror tension of a Robert Eggers film. It opens in Danish theaters on September 3rd, and given the festival response, it's not likely to stay a small release for long. What the film leans into is the pull between them, the kind of charged, can't-look-away tension between two men who know exactly what they're risking every time they get close. Baldur and Helga, not Manor and Har anymore. While the names have changed, the hunger underneath hasn't. This isn't a chaste period romance. It's desire and lust threatened with danger, the kind that turns feral the moment a community tries to bury it. And what survives, in the story and now in the film, is the same thing it always was. Love and passion that refuse to stay buried, no matter how many names or centuries it has to wear to get there. You don't have to wait for the film to read where it came from. Our free English translation of Ulrichs' original story, Manor, is available right now in text, ebook, and audio, link in the description. And if you want the full story of who Karl Ulrichs was, we've got that too. So this fall, don't forget to experience this overdue film. From all of us at the Queer Triptych. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the comments.